What's up, One Stop Watchers? And today, I'm going to defend a bunch of hated movies. So, I have a stack of DVDs over here that's completely off screen. You can't even see it. I had to move it over just a smidgen. And I'm going to touch on a movie very briefly to start off the video that isn't hated anymore, but it was in the past. Yeah, so it's Gremlins. So Gremlins is now a cult classic. The sequel is also well loved. But when it came out, it wasn't received nearly as well as it is nowadays. Like, it's not even one of those movies that's like, oh, it's a classic, but, you know, it's old, so it makes sense it's a classic. It's not really a great movie, but no, this is actually widely considered a good movie now. And it actually created the PG-13 rating. It's got a PG rating, but the sequel got PG-13 because a month after this movie came out, they had to create the PG rating. Because this movie wasn't bad enough to be rated at all, but it definitely shouldn't have been PG either, but it still got the rating because PG-13 did not exist yet. So yeah, Gremlins, great movie, but not really hated enough for me to spend a whole lot of time on. And then there's another one over here that I probably shouldn't spend a whole lot of time on either. This is a two-disc collection. The Grinch is, like, mixed. It's either you love it or you hate it. So, the one I'm going to talk about is The Cat in the Hat. So, The Cat in the Hat is a very nostalgic movie for me. I had it on VHS when I was a little kid, and me and my sister both really loved it. Like, I don't think The Cat in the Hat is the most hated thing ever. Like, yeah, sure, it's not like the best movie ever. I don't think it is either. But, oh, sorry, I almost threw up. I just ate a chicken sandwich and then downed some Gatorade, which is not a good mix. But, yeah, so, The Cat in the Hat isn't the most hated, so I don't want to touch on it too much, but, like, Michael Myers doesn't look great in it. I was Michael Bay, we'll get to him later, but Mike Myers does look pretty creepy as a Cat in the Hat, but that doesn't really take away from the movie that much for me. I mean, Jim Carrey doesn't look very stunning as the Grinch either. So, yeah. But that doesn't take away from the movie. The movie is still really funny. It has mostly jokes that does it for me. There's not really a lot of action. But, yeah. I don't want to touch on the ones that, like, aren't super hated too briefly. I have, like, one more of those. Well, I technically do one. Cloud of the Chance Meatballs 2. This, besides Gremlins, might be the least hated movie in this video. Because people said it wasn't as good as the first one. Which I can completely understand. I like it more than the first one, but I can understand, like, why the first one was liked more. You can tell I've had this movie forever. This is like not staying on. But yeah, as a kid, I loved the first one. I watched it like they were like. I had a TV. When I was little, I had a tiny TV in my room, and I would watch shows all the time. The three shows that I always watched was Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs, The Amazing World of Gumball, and the first SpongeBob movie. Those three I watched all the time. And I always would put on Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs and the first SpongeBob movie at night to fall asleep to them. And I don't know what happened to the TV, I'm gonna be honest. But this is back when I had a dish. I didn't even have a DVD or anything. Anyway, yeah, so Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs 2, I think it's better than the first one, because it expands on the first one. That's what I want a sequel to do. Like, all the time. I just want it to expand on the first one, and it picks up perfectly where the first one, left off, and I can understand, like, if you don't like it because it doesn't follow the book anymore, that's understandable, but I still think it's great, so, yeah, another good one. And then, this one is very debatable, Dragon Ball GT. I'm mostly talking about Season 1 here, so Season 1 of GT is widely considered the worst of the Dragon Ball series. I like GT more because it's not like 40 million freaking hours to watch. It's got 2 seasons and a movie. The first season, great. The second season, ass. And the third season and the movie, mid. I made a whole video talking about GT though, so I'll leave a link in the description to that one, and you guys can watch that one if you're curious. The Lego Movie 2. This one was also mixed. It was loved by critics and hated by fans. And something weird is I seem to enjoy movies that critics hate, that critics like more than fans, and I'm not a critic. But like again, this one takes the first movie and expands on it once again. Like it's great. It's like whoa, what? Words. But yeah, the first Lego movie, you can't deny how great that is. No one can. Even my dad, who hates Lego movies, actually enjoyed the first one quite a bit. RIP. But, I was trying to think about my dad. Sorry. Oh yeah, Lego Movie 2. I think the fact that it, like, picked up, like, you can tell that they wanted to make this movie by the ending of the first one. And, like, I actually didn't see the first one at all after, like, years of seeing this first one many times. And then I saw the first one at a thrift store for, like, $2, and I was like, hell yeah. And then I saw this one at a pawn shop for, I think, like, $10, like, years later, at least a year later. I actually got this movie, with Assassin's Creed 3. There's another movie I got with a game that's in this pile somewhere. I'm missing a movie that I grabbed. I know I grabbed it. I don't know where it is though. My whole stack fell over and I lost the movie. Oh no, I love that movie. Give me 1 second. So it turns out while going to the shelves to grab all these movies, I accidentally put back a movie that I wanted to talk about here. So, Lego Movie 2, it reinforces the fact that Legos are sentient, which is kind of creepy. But, like, that's in the first movie, but it's, like, doubled down on in the second one. But I just feel the second one does way more than the first one, which is what I want a sequel to do in games and movies. But I don't want them to do too much. And this one, as well as many others, I feel like strike the perfect balance right there. Alright, let's move on to series now. The TV series I have. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show. This is the only series I have besides GT. So this is the best episodes. It's Star Koopa, the Star one, Mario and the Beanstalk, you can tell that one, Pirates of the Koopa, Caribbean, Mario's Magic Carpet, which he actually doesn't have Magic Carpet the whole lot, he mostly has a genie in that one. No, that's Aladdin. Two Plumbers and a Baby. I think it might be a parody of something, but I'm not sure. Comment down below if you know that that's a parody of. Mario and Juliet, Romeo and Juliet. Do you, Princess Toadstool, take this Koopa? I don't know if that's a parody of anything. Quest for Pizza, I don't know if that's a parody of anything. And the Trojan Koopa, the Trojan Horse. And if Two Plums and a Baby, and if Two Plums and a Baby, do you take Princess Toadstool take this Koopa? And Quest for Pizza, if all those are parodies, that means that every episode that was the best of this show are just parodies, which I'm fine with. It's over 2 hours long, but like it's only like 135, so it's not too long. But I usually fall asleep while watching this one. But I still love the Star Koopa episode. It's a very well-known episode. Anyway, so yeah, this show, I actually got this DVD when I was really young. And I have two other Mario Show DVDs and 2 Mario movie DVDs, one of which is in this video. You probably already know what it is because I said that. So yeah. the Super Mario Bros. Super Show is pretty. Like, I know people love to hate it. I just like it. I can see why it's actually. Oh yeah, the voice acting is bad. The animation isn't great. But like, as a kid who loves Mario, it's serviceable enough. And like, it's not meant to be like the highest bar of animation. It's better than like Sonic Underground and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's not better than the Sonic shows though. Now, since I hinted at it, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it is a blast, as it says. So, I actually had the first cartoon Mario movie, maybe by Illumination. I didn't forget on DVD. I think the day it came out in. The day it was in the Fargo Theater. They get the movies like after they're having a deal. So I actually tried to see the movie 4 times. One time I was gonna buy a ticket, but my sister and her boyfriend go on the same day and they want to ruin the date. The second time I was gonna see it with my uncle's past girlfriend, but it was like too late at that point. And then I tried to see it with. Oh no, it was only 3 times. And then I was gonna go see it with my dad, and they had a $3 deal. We could get into the movie for $3, and then get like a small popcorn soda for $3 as well. But the line was from the Fargo Theater down to Uber's and Gilbert's, and if you live around here and you go to Broadway and you see that's like three buildings away. They're all connected, but it's still 3 buildings away. And my dad couldn't walk well, so that you wouldn't know on waiting that line. And we would have gotten way too late in the movie to actually enjoy it. But yeah, then we went to Walmart to get some stuff for the car, and we saw that, and we also got Rainbow GT at the same time, and bought them both, and we brought it home, and then watched it. My dad fell asleep. I also left doing, I think our second time watching through GT was when I started filming my first YouTube video. That's actually if you watch the My Pets video, which I don't know why you would, because it's kind of ass. But if you do, I'll have, the talking you hear in the background at like the very beginning of the video is Dragon Ball GT. I think once they find the Dragon Balls again, not the Black Star one, the normal ones. They're all like cracked and stuff, and they're disgusting. I don't like season 2, but I made a whole video about that. I'll have to try to put the link in the description while I upload this. But yeah, this movie, pretty good. It's not like the best movie ever. I've definitely seen better, but I'm gonna get some hate for saying this. I think this movie is on par with the first live-action Sonic movie. I said it. Does it feel like a Mario movie? For most of it, no. Does that make it bad? Again, no. Are the effects ass? Yes. Does it make it bad? Again, no. Now, I'm a Mario fan, so I'm gonna be biased, but I'm not completely biased because I will say that Sonic 2 is better than this movie. I'd say Sonic 2 is on par with the cartoon Mario movie. The Mario Galaxy movie is awesome. I got to see it in theaters as well. Not my favorite movie I've seen, but I haven't seen Sonic 3 yet. I'm still working on that. But I think my favorite movie I've seen this year was The Amazing Circus: The Last Act, because I didn't go to it alone. But yeah, this movie, if you have some friends over, I think it could be a good time to watch it. But I had a good time watching it alone, so I actually watched it with my dad, I think. But yeah, we spent over $20 on the cartoon one. This one was $3 at Savers. I fucking love Savers. They have great deals. So I actually got a Bop It for $5 and a bunch of different DVDs. My TV that I talked about was $20 at the All, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah. Way too overhated. I feel like if they waited a little longer and waited longer to have better effects and didn't make this a Mario movie, I feel like it could have done good. But like, when did this come out? Like the 90s, 80s, whatever. Like, they didn't really have much to work with as far as Mario goes at this time. Yeah, it doesn't say what time. But like nowadays, it'd be easy to make a Mario movie. They made multiple. And I think the next one coming out is Super Mario Land movie, or at least maybe that's the theory, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. What would you do? Go back to 93, I think this came out, and then you make a Mario movie, and tell me what you would have done. You gotta use only stuff made in 93. And if you get a better script, I'll give you a shout out. How about that? I'll give you a shout out. I'll post it in the comments and say, you're awesome. If you have a channel, I'll put it into your channel and say, this guy's awesome. I'll do a full reaction video on it if you have a channel. Give me a full script and if I think it sounds better than how good that movie actually was, I'll give you a shout out and I'll say that movie is ass, at least compared to your script. But for now, I'm defending it. Let's move on to the Michael Bay. After that long ass rant. So Transformers. I have all 4 live action Transformer movies in a collection that broke, but I still have all 4 of them. And I'm going to focus on Revenge of the Fallen. This one, the sequel. So the first one, I'm just gonna hold it right here so you can still see it. The first one, if I had to rank, so I haven't seen Transformers Last Night, or I've seen Bumblebee like one time, but that's not a part of the same series. But if I had to rank the 4 original live-action Transformers movies from worst to best, I'd say Age of Extinction was ass. Dark of the Moon was okay. First one is really good, just takes a little while. And then the best one is Revenge of the Fallen. So, the Michael Bay Transformers movies were hated by a lot of Transformers fans. So, yeah. I honestly don't know why. Like, I mostly just need giant robots fighting and I'll be happy. So that's probably why I like it. And that's probably why I like Revenge of the Fallen the most. Because the first one, you do get your giant robots fighting, but it takes a while. Also, my DVD is scratched up. And the second one, the giant robots fight for a lot of the movie. Also, Sam's girlfriend is hot. I said it. I think he gets like a blonde girlfriend in the third movie. I don't remember. I don't remember the third movie. It's very forgettable. Anyway, yeah. Next Michael Bay movies I'm defending are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Apparently, so I'm doing Out of the Shadows because I think it's better than the other one. Apparently, both of them were hated by original fans. And I would say I'm an OG fan. I love the original movies, the Cartoon Network show. I guess the old show isn't the greatest, but I would still count myself as an OG fan. But if you want to talk about OG fans, talk about my dad, because he was a fan of it back when the comics were a thing. When they all still had red bandanas and were actually killing people. He was disappointed when they made it more of a kid's thing, but he understood it business-wise. And then he likes these ones more because they were PG-13, so getting closer to adult. I think it'd be cool if they made a movie based off the adult comics, so that'd be pretty cool. But, like, we always found this movie really funny, and the effects were pretty good, and the action, mwah. Props. I gotta say. Also, it was way harder. But that was the point, so, yeah. But yeah, if you've never seen these movies, because people said they're bad, I would highly recommend any movie that I talk about in this video. If you can find a way to watch it. Alright, this movie is from a series of hated movies, but I only chose one as the most hated. Alvin the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. So, these movies aren't, like, cinematic masterpieces or anything. Like, they're all pretty good, I would say. This one was the most hated, but I think it might actually be my favorite. But I'll have to rewatch them all and do a video and call them to do that. But I think this one might be my favorite. I don't know why it was most hated, to be honest. I don't think there's much of a reason. I know the fourth one killed the whole franchise, but at least in the same day as Star Wars, which is not a good move. Like, yeah. Star Wars 7 isn't great or anything, but like Alvin and Chipmunks, you don't have more name power than Star Wars. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. Alright, this is one that I recently learned it was hated. Spider-Man 3. So, is Sandman even mentioned? Yes, he is. So, for those of you who don't know, the creator originally only wanted Sandman to be the villain, and then they were like, fuck you, we want Venom. You know who loves Venom? Everyone. And the creator was like, I don't really like Venom, and the creators were like, we do. So he threw in Venom, and he also threw in Harry, which I think making Harry a villain was a good decision. Because, like, I feel like that's a good segue from the second movie to the third one, having Harry be a villain. And then being a hero and dying. I don't know how I feel about that. Spider-Man 4 was actually planned to have Tobey Maguire, and then they never did it, and they just made the Amazing Spider-Man. But I think having multiple story, so a lot of people don't like it because there's so many storylines and it's just hard to follow. I think the storylines are put together pretty well, and I can follow them pretty easily. I also love Black Suit Spider-Man. I think that's really cool. But if we're all being honest here, the biggest villain is Peter Parker. He hits Mary Jane. He makes Brock lose his job and life. He almost kills Harry. He breaks up with MJ and makes her jealous. He takes Brock's girlfriend. He's just an asshole. He also does that weird dance thing. We don't talk about that. But yeah, I still think the movie is great. And the final fight where he has to fight Sandman and Venom is also really great. And yeah. Next up we have Grown Ups 2. The first Grown Ups is great. Grown Ups 2. Is it as good as the first one? Hell no. I think it's still a great movie. Like, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. But it's still a good, like, movie. Like, I do like that there's, like, a final fight in this one, because that's pretty cool. And then, like, so, as I said in my main video, the first one was actually one of my favorite Grown Ups movie. I don't like that we have this one on DVD instead of the second one. We don't even have any of my favorite Adam Sandler movies on DVD. We actually have one of my least favorite Adam Sandler movies on DVD. But yeah, Grown Ups 2. Not a bad movie. I don't know why people always hate on it. I think they did say this was during the downfall of Adam Sandler's career when he was making shit like Pixels, Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2, 8 Crazy Nights. I love Pixels. Jack and Jill was fine, actually. I thought it was fine. Some people think it's funny. Sorry. I wouldn't say it was amazing. I thought it was fine. And then, yeah, Pixels, you know I love. 8 Crazy Nights, I will make a video about that. Anyway. Grown Ups 2. The story. I will say, the one thing I think that's better in this movie is the story. I do like the story quite a bit more than the first one. But the first one I feel like the first one instills the childlike sense of wonder more, which is why I like it more. And then, for our grand finale, we have the live-action Garfield movies. So this disc set actually came with Garfield the movie, Garfield Saves Two Kittens, Garfield Gets Real, and Garfield's Pet Force. Which, if you know the releases of the movie, you know that Pet Force came out after FunFest, and they just didn't add it, so you would just not have one of the movies. And if I had to rank these movies in order from most to best, it would be Gets Real, Pet Force, Saves Two Kittens, and then the first one. And, yes, he's not the most handsome cat. But the movie is still really funny, and Bill Murray's voice in the movie works so perfectly that I don't know if this theory is true or not, but I heard that in the cartoon one, the newest cartoon one, which is actually really good, they tried to get Bill and Millie back, but when they couldn't, they set up for Chris Pratt. I don't know if that was actually true or not, but that's something that I heard when it was coming out. But yeah, like, I don't know why, well, I can understand the movies being hated a bit, but, like, I don't understand why they get as much hate as they do. Like, the thing that I view these things like High School DxD. When I actually get someone to just watch High School DxD and give it a chance, they actually really like it. And like most movies I've shown here, the people I've watched them with really enjoyed them. Same with Mario Party 10. Every single person I played Mario 10 with had a great time with it. So I guess the lesson here is, don't believe everything you hear most people say. If everyone says a movie is ass, it could still be good. It's all opinion based. Except for the Water movies, those are just objectively bad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me comment what you want next, and subscribe if you want to watch it. Comment down below your favorite hated movie. Mine is probably Spider-Man 3. Anyway, peace out, dudes, and mwah. Love you. See you next time.